Hey everyone, it's me, Chris. How's it going? Happy Friday. In today's live stream, as you may have guessed by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to draw names again because apparently that's all I do lately. Happy 2025. Let's hope we can do some good things this year. Unfortunately, next week I will not be able to do a live stream. Going on a little family vacation, but I'm so glad to be with you all here today. And, you know, this is going to be fun. Let me wake up my iPad because it went to sleep. Looks like we got lots of people here already, some channel members in the chat. Speaking of which, let me see if this works. Let me just quickly shout out all of my channel members, specifically my super supporters and above, whose names you can see on the screen right here. All of my super supporters and above get their name drawn and included in all the videos I make while they are active members. And I couldn't do it without all of you. If you want to learn more about channel memberships, there's a link below. Get early access to videos. I make members only videos. I'm working on a new one where I answer a bunch of questions that members submitted in the community tab. And, there's a ton of backlog of members only videos on the channel already. So if you're a new member and you haven't checked the members only content, there's a lot on there. Okay, let me turn that off. Okay, so I'm just going to switch over to my iPad because there's no need to delay things anymore. Boom. We got the iPad up. I've got a chat block, but I don't see the chat. I don't know what is happening there. Let me just make sure that's turned on. Oh, there it is. I tried to make it a little bit better by switching that yellow background, but I don't know. It's something. We'll see. Okay, so sorry. I say this every time, but just for the new people, to try to keep things fair, what I do is I start with the first commenter's name from when the live stream goes live, and I work my way down. There is the option to cut the line if you so desire by doing a super chat of $20 and up. Other than that, it's first come, first serve because we try to keep things fair over here on the live stream. The first name I have on my list is Ryan Riley. We got double R's to start the day. Looking forward to drawing it. Filthy said, "Hey, you're my old neighbor. You almost bought my Miata." That's crazy. In Sturbridge, Mass, I believe. Yeah. Happy New Year, Filthy. AJ McCracken. I like this color better than the yellow. Thank you. Yeah, the yellow was a bit rough, especially because of all the rainbow myriad of colors that YouTube, whatever that chat thing plugs in. I don't know why it does that. All right, Ryan. R-I-L-E. And there's a Y. These are things that I like to draw. I think, let me just move my mic so I'm not punching it while I'm talking. Okay, so I think I'm just going to freestyle a little bit here just to, we need to make the pencil gray because I can't just be willy-nilly sketching in black. All right, let's just freestyle a little bit here. Maybe we'll do some curvy R action. So is it double Y's? Okay, let's see. Maybe I could throw this in there like that. I'm putting on background music already. Maybe we can have it kind of come in like this and then have the other R down here. And then let's see, maybe the I, put an L here and then maybe tuck the E. I kind of want this. Oh, it's kind of cool that those letters could flow into each other, the tail, the Y, and the R. Okay, so at this point it looks not great, but it's helping me sort of figure out how things could work. So what I'm going to do is bring down the opacity and try to like figure out what is actually working and what isn't working. So I don't like how, actually, you know what? Maybe we go full crazy connection mode and like bring this R, like come into the other R like this. And then the whole thing is like fully connected, which could be cool. Definitely staying loose at this point because I'm just trying to figure out how it's all gonna look and fit together. Skipping Haggis said, y'all thought I was still sleeping. Glad to see that you are here being a channel moderator. Okay, so we tuck the L like that, then this E. There's still something a little bit weird about it. I think like if we do some like 3D action, that could help. Maybe, but it's still a little stagnant. I think what we'll do is make like an overall shape to make it more interesting. So on a new layer, I'm just gonna draw in some made up squiggly line guides to make it a little bit cooler, a little bit more dynamic. Let's so maybe if that's like just trying to come up with something that will make this shape a little bit more dynamic. Okay, so now we'll refine using this. So I'm going to come in and just follow that curve a little bit. Something about this R I'm not crazy about. Let's see. All right, we might be getting there. I think the problem is, I think this bottom part needs to taper more. A. Fnord said, Curvy R Action is the name of the next Bond movie. Jen Birch said, I'm loving Chris's lettering class on Skillshare. Any classmates or alumni with us today? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I believe there should be a link to Skillshare in the description, and that description should get you a month free trial, so you could, use it for a month and decide if you want to keep using it. And if you decide you got enough out of that month, then you don't have to pay for a subscription. You just tried it for a month, took the classes you wanted to take, and then you were done. Certainly would be enough time to take all the classes I have on there. Though, I do have a class in progress, sort of. I'm supposed to be finishing it, but, you know, I've been busy. So, I'm going a little bit slow on this one because regulars will know the first one is usually a slow one because I gotta get in the zone. I gotta step into the zone, the auto zone. But I think we are, I think I'm gonna be able to tighten it up from this. Okay, let's get rid of all this other crap. Let's make sure I spelled it right, which I did. So we can get rid of the other part too. Let's just delete that and let's make this bigger. I think because this is all curvy, smooth lines, I'm going to use the vector brushes so I can use the vector trimming. Use my crispy liner preset from my Fresco brush presets. I'm going to use the mono liner so that I can just have consistent line weight. So I'm going to, let's see. I'm just going to draw this full shape first, and then the rest of these, because they have flat tops, I'm going to just draw it all as one continuous line. The other benefit of using the vector for the vector trimming on this is I can like draw further than I need to, and that helps keep things like flowy and smooth without having to like stop abruptly to finish a line. Then like here I can follow this curve for the bottom of the I and the L. Like I started early because it helped me to get the shape of the curve better, but you know, I don't need that. I can just trim that part off afterwards, but it's easier to draw it that way. At least I think so. I'm gonna make this all one curved line to have it just kind of flow a little bit better and make it more cohesive between the top and the bottom. It's looking a little messy now, but we're going to trim it all up and make it better. Alfonso Solarzana said, yes, agree, his classes are great. Thank you so much. Jan Burt said, finish the next class, Chris. My membership only lasts through December. Oh boy. December 2000. Oh wait, that's a whole year from now. I got time. Skippy said, I wish I could find a pic of bad leaded glass window to show a good example of how stopping lines early can be bad. I don't know if I get that. Maybe if I could think about it more, but my brain is busy right now. Actually, you know what I want to do? I'm going to make this line like that. And then I think it's getting a little crazy and we should do a little bit of trimming. So I'm going to double tap the modifier and then just draw through all this extra stuff that we don't need. It'll also help me see what I need to finish. Like we need a separation between the N and the L there. Oops. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, that's a little bit easier to see. Bad Ash Booking said, every time I hit the store, I look through the Hot Wheels to see if I can find your art. Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, from what I'm told, the set of limited edition Hot Wheels that I did the packaging for is supposed to be in stores now. I'm told that the most likely place to find them is in Walmart's, which kind of sucks because you got to go to a Walmart, but apparently most Walmarts should have them. I am told they may have like a separate display because they're like limited edition ones, so they may be like on a rack themselves or something. I don't know. Who knows if Walmart would know to follow the rules on that, but we need the separation on the N and the L. I think that's all the letters. Zakir Hassan said, did you create... I did not create SpongeBob. I wish I created SpongeBob. I would be a wealthy man. I've drawn SpongeBob a lot because he's fun to draw. I don't just draw him on his own. I like to draw weird SpongeBob like mashups or puns, like Sponge Rob Zombie or Sponge Corn on the Cob, which is kind of a weird one, but you know, I think it's just fun to draw SpongeBob. Okay, so I'm gonna do some 3D lines and then we will be done with this one and I can move on. See what happens when you don't use the vector trimming and you're trying to like make lines butt up perfectly? It doesn't work. So I'm not going to do that. My hand was going numb for some reason. I might be squeezing too hard or something. All right, we can get rid of that sketch and just get rid of all this extra stuff. We only really need to do it on the outside and on the inside of the letters because we're gonna fill the inside in. I think I got them all. Missed one spot, but we can erase that. Missed 2 spots. 14 spots we missed. That's okay. So here, what I'll do to fix that is I'll just use it as an eraser and just go like that. Keep that part sharp. So I find erasing through on this will be easier because instead of just trying to get that one spot, it'll be easier to just do a long continuous line here to smooth it out. All right. Well, I feel like that took longer than it should have. We got one. We got one done. What's next? Next, we got a super chat jump in the line from PM Artist Studio. Okay, so we got PM. Doesn't sound like a name. Artist Studio. Now I gotta figure out something with 2 letters and then Artist Studio. All right, what can we do with a P and an M? Can they fit together in an interesting way? What can we do with a P and an M? I wonder if maybe there's like an angle with the, I work with the A. I am rambling here. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I could have it come down to an A. What can we do with Artist Studio and then get the PM in there somehow? The thing about artist as a word is it's like kind of tricky because it makes me feel like I need to do something like artisty. I guess I'm thinking like maybe it's like blob painted. It looks sort of like wiggly, like it could be paint splatter or something. I don't know. I wish I got an easier one for my second one. This is not very considerate of me. We've made a mess here. PM Art Studio says, I am M. Maria of PM. Oh, okay. Skippy said, Walmart is big enough. They might make the rules. Yeah. Will said, hey, Chris, where do you get your stickers printed? Currently I like Sticker Robot and Sticker App. Gallo said, vector trimming is mostly used for lettering, or do you find it useful? No, I use it in, if I'm doing something in vector, I'll find a way to use it for nearly anything, but anywhere you'd want like a sharp point or things to just flow, or like long curvy lines where you are nice to trim because it's hard to get a nice smooth flowy line if you have to like stop abruptly. All right, let's I do like this angle thing with like the M, because it kind of like the negative space almost makes like a lightning bolt thing. I think I'm gonna do something angular with this. Let's go like this and pull that up. Oh, and then if these angles can match, I think that's going to be cool. And then we can PM. It almost makes me want to like turn this into the A, an artist, but I think that would make it a little bit hard to read. So I want to use these like angles for the rest of it. Let's see. Like maybe if this is rotated a little bit, we can make some like guides. Like so I'm just trying to like combine it into like a interesting shape, like an overall shape, and I think that will help us to do something with that. So I'll just quickly write in artist there as like a visual for me to work with to know where the letters go in the space. I like that it sort of will have like a little bit of a 3D vibe. So I'm gonna use some guides here, like I did last time, to help with like the repetition of angles. I think I want to make the artist part bigger than studio. Okay. I'm just going to trim a little bit of this. And I think this will be helpful to make something interesting. Patrick Putnam said, I'm thinking about doing my own daily drawing project to learn how to draw better. I took all your lettering classes on Skillshare and have been watching your videos nonstop. I've learned a lot. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear. I'm working on a video about why I think daily drawing projects are the best, and has like a whole bunch of different ideas for prompts in the video. That'll be out on the 14th. Okay, so I think utilizing these shapes, these like angles, is going to make this more cohesive. And I'm kind of leaning into these angular shapes and making these letters a bit more bold. I think I'm going to break the grid there a little bit, pull that up. Maybe we'll do the same with that, just to not make it too locked in. Like I want the structure, but I also want to break it in some spots, because you can't keep an artist in a box. I'm thinking maybe I will make the studio part in a rectangle, so it's not like two, and then the artist part can come out of that maybe. Let's see. Trying to maintain that sort of like 3D what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to make it look bigger as it's coming towards us. Okay. Accidentally closed it. Trying to bring life back into my hand. Okay. Let's get this going. Let's merge this down. Why am I being so... I'm definitely not being mathy and vectory on the next one. At least that's the hope. We'll see how that one dictates where I go. Because I want to just do some fun, playful lettering. But the inspiration has not taken me with these. We're doing some math lettering right now. Afe Nord, you said, I keep saying that this is the year I'll draw daily, but I get sucked into complicated pieces for no reason. Can't seem to just do a simple doodle and move on. I hear you. Oftentimes I will think that something is going to be like a quick, easy thing, and then it never is. But it's a struggle, for sure. The one thing that gave me, that took a little bit of pressure off when I was doing my daily drawing project was like, well, if I don't love this drawing, it's fine because I'm going to do one tomorrow. And like, then it was like motivation the next day to do something better because it was like, oh, I got to make up for yesterday's, which sometimes added pressure, but it was also just like, you know, at the end of the day, I'd be like, all right, well, this is fine. I did a drawing. There's another day tomorrow, and then another day after that. And who knows? Maybe we'll get there. I am like, I did not dial this in at all. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing for this artist lettering, but I am gonna just wing it and see what we can do. That's too far away. I think what I'm gonna do is jump to the end, because sometimes if I don't have a real plan and I work from start to finish, I'll start to like run out of space. So if I'm freestyling and I work at one end and then kind of back and forth, I can make sure that I'm planning accordingly. I think one of the issues is I don't love this S. Everything's so angular except for the S. I mean, maybe we can make it more angular. I just don't know what kind of angular. I think it got a little too steep there, but maybe we can just I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to finish the size of these, finish stylizing these after we fill them in. Okay. Marcus the Fixer said, Happy New Year from the magical land of Australia. Cheers. Thank you so much. Shout out to all the people in Australia who've been buying stuff from my shop. Let me choose my words carefully. I am so happy and love the support, but I have not figured out the shipping situation. And man, oh man, is it so expensive to ship things there. A few of you basically I paid you to take a couple of my products because the shipping was so expensive. It's wild. I don't know why it's so crazy. I mean, I guess because it's the farthest place in the world, but man. But that's not saying don't order from me. I'm so happy that you order from me, and I love sending it over there. It's crazy seeing something go to such a faraway magical land like Australia. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Sometimes I just can bang out some of these. We had 2 hard ones in a row, and it's things are going a little slowly today. Okay, so the plan for artist is I'm going to make a rectangle and then do some thin script line work in it. That should go pretty quick because I don't want it all to have the same boldness. Gonna have some visual hierarchy here. Okay, I'm gonna just sketch it real quick. I don't love that. All right. There we go. What I'm going to do is just select this white line work and I'm going to come down to the black and just erase it and then delete that so it's just all one color. Okay, what's next? Super chat from Brad Gossi or Goose. Love your work, buddy. I have wanted to catch these lives for months. Please draw my name. All right, let's do it. B-R-A-D. My first job out of art school was at a design studio, and my boss's name was Brad, but it wasn't Goss. Okay. Let's do something that is like the opposite of what I was doing with the other ones with all those angles. Let's like do some kind of flowy, wiggly letters. And we'll do a kind of fancy lowercase a. Tuck that tail of the D. Let's see. Oh, we can, that S shape would work nicely with the negative space left over from that R. We'll do a lowercase e. Okay, so this is already flowing together pretty well for freestyling. So let's just blow it up a little bit and bring down the opacity. And we're just gonna go to my classic anchor for my Retro Supply Co. brush set, link below. Also, quick announcement time. Did you know I have this a fun little new mini book in my shop? It's like 55 pages of my favorite drawings over the last 2 years or so. Skulls and Lulls. Check it out. You could use the promo code LIVE to get 10% off your order. And also, all the super supporters and above channel members get 20% off all their orders. You can find your code in the member benefits. And then also, my new shirt. They're almost sold out, but if you're a large, there's a few of those left. There's some other sizes, maybe like a 3XL. And I think there's some maybe mediums. You gotta check. There's not that many left, but they're in my shop, so check it out. Okay, back to the scheduled program. Luis Jami Ortega said, "Where can I buy that base?" This is the Sketchboard Pro 2. Okay, so I am going to the Classic Inker. Brush size is enormous. I don't want that big. That's too small. And turn the smoothing up to get these curvy lines. I'm just gonna kind of flow. You know what? Maybe we're gonna do drippy letters. I haven't done drippy letters in a long time. Hope you're okay with that, Brad. So when I'm doing drippy letters, I like to try to have them connect a little bit in some spots. So I'm having it like drip into the letters below and then just have it sort of like flow in as it goes. Oops, use the brush as an eraser there. we can use drips to like fill in sort of empty spaces like that, so it sort of just fits together in a nice, satisfying way. Like this, the bottom counter should have been a little bit bigger. You know what? I think we should address that by just making this part of the R a little thinner. So I'm gonna go like this, pull this in, and then I can actually, you know what? I need to do the bottom of the R first because I think that'll dictate how far we come up with this. Oh, maybe we can have those sort of connect a little bit here. Brad Goss, your last name rhymes with boss. Oh, Brad Goss. Oh, because you were my old boss. Brad Goss boss. You're a comedian and humor author, YouTuber, that helps. Well, shout out, Brad. I like the funnies. I like to make some jokes or two in my videos that are largely not that funny. Okay, let's drip this down here. One thing you want to remember when you're doing drippy letters is that the drip should all go down. Sometimes, because it's so easy to like rotate the canvas around, and when you're working on an iPad, you can start making your drips break the law of physics, where they're blowing sideways. And you know, maybe that's what you're going for. I'm not going to tell you how to make your drips, but I'm going to tell you, if you want them to look like they're dripping down, be mindful of that. One tip you could do is you could turn on the guides so that you can see you know, what the horizon line looks like. Patrick Putman said, I drew your first drippy letters in your class for a biopic. Oh, that's rad. How'd they turn out? Amazing, I'm assuming. Drippy letter drawing is so satisfying for me for some reason. It's like my yoga? No, it's not my yoga. Meditation? I don't know what I'm talking about. I think I did too much angles and math on the last two, and it broke my brain a little bit. Too close. All right, let's turn off the sketch. And then just touch up a couple little spots like this. And here, this line weight got a little too thick. These are a little too long. And then I just like to add a few little extra drippies throughout. I never use the actual eraser when I'm working in a brush like this because you'll like mess up the texture because it's not going to match. So I just tap the modifier and then it lets you use whatever brush you're using as an eraser. All right, Brad, there it is. I hope, actually, we need an extra drippy there, and right there. Just, it didn't feel balanced. One more over here. All right, Brad, thank you. I hope you like it. I like that one. I think it's my favorite so far. All right, another super chat. Boy, howdy. This is a super chatty day. Next up on the list is Jake Van Note. Can you please do my name? I'm always teaching during your stream times. Oh, well, I'm so glad you can make it. All right, we got Jake. That's a little too light. Van Note. Oops. My mic position is causing bonkage. All right, let's figure this one out. Just seeing. Sometimes I just like to see if script leads to anything fun, like kind of like how that J could loop around into the V. That's a bit much. That's a bit much too. We could just do some. Let's. This JV situation kind of makes me want to explore this avenue. We're jamming right now. Whoa. Just smacked the crap out of my pencil. Thinking about overall shape right now. And like seeing if we can make the just like the overall composition an interesting shape. And simplify it a little bit. Let's do some fine tuning here and see what we got. So I think seeing these angles and stuff makes it I don't know. want to make sure it still reads like a J, so I think doing that with like thicks and thins to emphasize just like this J shape. Sometimes doing it like not having it fully cross helps it read better as a J. I think this, I think we can do something with this. All right, I don't want this to be perfect. I want it to be sort of like angular, but also hand drawn. So I am going to make it not perfect, I'm going to work from this instead of doing an extra layer of refinement. I'm going to use that classic anchor again. Brad Gossett, you're loving it so far? It's giving punk rock vibes. Yes, love that. Patrick Putman said, "Hey Chris, do you mind if people tag you on Instagram when posting drawings for read it?" Of course not. No, I love to see it. There is a chance that I won't see it because sometimes Instagram, depending on the day, gets a little hectic in terms of like tags or whatever. So if I don't, if I see it, I'll almost always comment or at the very least like it. But if you don't see me respond right away, it's not because I'm awful. It's just, Instagram doesn't show you everything. I do something to do this K a little bit more. There we go. I think it's a little too chonky, and that's why it's not reading properly. Whoops. This is because I'm doing it this way, like sort of sketching and sort of doing final line work, because I'm like refining as I go. There's like weird parts that we gotta get through, where I'm figuring it out as I go. So bear with me here. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So the only thing that I'm not crazy about right now is the way we've got like framing this little spot right there, because it makes it a focal point because there's nothing happening. So I'm gonna just see if I can do something about that. I think what I'll do is tuck this A down a little bit, and then maybe just angle this. You know this trick with the paint bucket? So if you're using the paint bucket tool and you tap the modifier, you can use it to like specifically erase things, which is kind of cool. Okay, that helps. And the other thing that's going to help is I want to do like a little outline around, like a shape to tie it all in. And I think that's gonna take away some of that emphasis because it's gonna make the whole thing have a little bit of a frame. Trimming that a little bit so I can make that angle a little less wide. Same with this. I want to trim that a little bit. So I want like some pieces to some like detail in the outer shape, but I don't want it to be too busy. Cool. I hope you like it, Jake. Thank you again. And we got another super chat. Thank you so much. Katie's Creative Creations. Tomorrow is your birthday. All right. Got another initials thing with a long thing. We know how I feel about these things, but it's your birthday, so I'm going to be nice. Creative. That's not how you spell creations. Are you being creative? Okay. How come creative isn't spelled with a K? Huh? Ever think about that? Okay, what can we do with a K and a D? We got to be creative with it because that's how we roll when we're being creative. Do something fun where those angles match. And then we could be like, boop. Maybe. Let's see. I think this might be fun. So if we do these angles the same, and then we, whoops, match these angles. Then make this side thick to match the feel of that, and then do this little apostrophe. That's fun. We can just rotate it back a little bit like that. And that helps with the D readability. We could also, whoops. Just exaggerate some of the angles a little bit like we did with the K. I don't know if that's it. We can revisit it later if we want to. We're just sketching now. We got to figure out where we're going to put creative creations. Skipping Haga said he saw the thumb hammer smash the thumbs. You know what? I'm bringing him out again. Jen Birch asked if I've done a video on making an independent hammer smash guy. I haven't. Well, maybe. I mean, I've done videos on motion and how to, I don't know. Not specifically that one. Creative. So I think I'm just gonna be creative and kind of flow this up along the lines. Maybe we'll like mix letter styles a little bit or something. Creative, and then maybe creations can be a little bigger. I don't know. This is just trying to figure it out right now. I think this might work. So I think if we keep, maybe creations can be like a little bit bolder, and then creative will be a little, maybe just like simple line work. Okay, let's blow it up. Whoops, merged the wrong groups. Okay, so this is going to be a vector one to get all these shapes to, well, actually no, because I don't want it to be perfect, because that's not creative. Perfect isn't creative. I want to like make it pretty close, but not perfect. There's no creativity in perfection. Patrick Putman said you showed your nephew how to trace fonts based on one of my tutorials, and he's 7 years old. That's awesome. Get him started young. When I was a little kid, I used to try to copy like the band logos on like albums that were around the house. I remember I had the like that Aerosmith Wings scripty logo dialed in at one point. I don't think I could do it anymore from memory. But I used to be able to draw that one pretty well. Okay, now for the creations, I'm just gonna do it like a little bit bolder, but not super crazy. Katie's Creative Creation said, you like how the K is kicking the S almost. It is sort of. It's like, get the heck out of here, K. You're just here to show that it's yours, but you're not the important letter here. What am I talking about? I really start to lose my mind a little bit at the end of these. Okay, I think this is pretty much it. I want to like have like a fake, not fake, but like a, I was thinking that the KD could have a little bit more weight to it if it was like 3D, but then I'm like, oh, I filled it in black. But then I was like, well, what if it's like like an outline that hints at it being 3D for that part. I don't know if that is coherent at all, but I'm just going to show you what I mean. So it just sort of makes it look 3D. And then apparently I'm in a mood to put things in little houses today. Yeah, I think it's fun. I hope you like it too. Let's merge that down. It may look good if it was knocked out of that shape. Let's just try it real quick, just for fun. What I'm going to do is select this shape, erase it, and then fill it on a new layer. Just in case, we're gonna duplicate this in case it looks bad. And then we can merge that. Wait, that's not what I want to do. Let's ungroup it. And let's fill this in. Okay. Now let's load this as a selection and then erase it. Oh yeah, I like that better. Sorry for punching the mic. Just needed a little extra weight there. Cool. All right. The pencil ASMR sounds working today. That's good to hear. Will said, "Hey Chris, are you aware of any way to crest an outline around an image in Fresco?" Not. There's not like a way to automatically do it. Like you can't modify the selections, I don't think. Yeah. No way to do that. I really should go because I have so much work to do, but I'm gonna do one more. Let's do Adonis Frank. I have the smoothing up, and it's not making that easy. Let's do like 2 different styles here. Maybe we'll do like some block letter for Frank, and then have like Adonis, maybe be like a fancy script on top of it or something. So we'll like use this shape, and then let's divide it up. Well, let's just write the letters. So F-R-A-N-K. You know what? I'm just gonna fully commit to doing this, Frank, and then we'll figure out the Adonis afterwards, and we'll see if I made a huge mistake. So I'm just gonna make this shape. Fill that in, and then I'm going to bring down the opacity a tiny bit just so I can see the letters below, and then on a new layer I'm going to just start cutting out the shapes in white. I think I'm going to do the R and the A together as one thing. Okay, so like for the N is an easy one. We'll just cut little notches out. Don't necessarily love that K shape, but we can come back in and refine it afterwards. So I'm thinking this, like that. And then the A. These aren't necessarily the letter styles, like the style I'm going to do for this. But it'll help me see a little bit easier when I can get rid of that sketch. So if we go like this, now I can just turn this back up, and then I can use this as a new guide and try to make them more interesting. So maybe if I give the K a little bit more room. Maybe like something like that. Could be more fun. Ben Clancy said, can't tell you how many times in high school someone asked me, can you draw my name in bubble letters? That's funny. Aaron M said, my pen keeps jumping in Fresco. Is it because I need a pencil tip? Probably. Yeah. Usually if you're drawing a line and it like skips, pencil tip is probably shot. Dodle Doodle said, is there a fast way to check which drawing is on which layer? Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. With if you have an M2 and above iPad, it's nice because you can just hover and like it shows you, which is cool. But there's not a really easy way. All right, so I'm thinking maybe we could. I'm trying to figure out a way to have the F not require so much stuff to be cut out of it. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that makes sense. Let's see what this is looking like. That's kind of cool. Just trying to find like interesting ways to cut out from the letters to make them a little bit more unique. Which I think we're getting there. Let's turn off this other thing. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm trying to, Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Speaking of knowing which layer you're on. Okay, I think that's pretty cool. Load as selection, and then erase from our block. And now we figure out Adonis, which is, this is the backwards way to do things. You should do it all together. But I'm feeling cocky. There's something about it that's not right. It looks a little too, what's it called? I don't know. It doesn't have the edge that Frank has. It's like figuring out this angle. Where does the issue lie, Adonis? Where is the problem? Maybe I just need some selective chonkage. Yeah, that's better. I like that. I think that looks cool. I hope you like it too. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Thank you all for tuning in. This was fun. New video on Tuesday. And see you in 2 weeks for another live stream, because next Friday I won't be here. But typically I do them every Friday. So shout out to everyone. I'll see you soon. Thank you all so much. Bye. Where's my thing? There we go.